Good morning, student. Today we are going to see determination of composition of iron 5 sulfoxylic acid complex by Jobs method of continuous variation. Just note the name of method is continuous variation. Now, the spectrophotometric method are used to detect molecular composition of complex species in a solution which is formed by the reaction of two components, that is M plus NL gives you MlN. Here M is your metal and L stands for ligand. The value of N can be determined if a solution of metal and ligand are equimolar. Fe3 plus ions react with 5-sulfoxylic acid, form a complex in acidic medium. The formation of complex is reasonably complete in between pH 2.6 to 2.8. Here the phenolic OH and carboxylic group remains undissociated and much of the hydrolysis of Fe3 plus salt is suppressed in the range of optimum pH value. 5-sulfoxylic acid reacts with your Fe3 plus ion and form 1:1 complex. The ratio of metal and ligand is 1:1 in the complex ion. According to the Jobs method, when equimolar solution of metal ion and ligand are mixed in varying proportion, this word is too much important, are mixed in varying proportion, the maximum amount of complex is formed at equilibrium when proportion of two reactant correspond to empirical formula of the complex. Now just see this table. In this table, concentration of Fe3 plus ion is equal to 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 molar, and concentration of 5-sulfoxylic acid is also 1 is to 10 raised to the power minus 3 molar. Now the first row is for your volume of Fe3 plus ion solution. Second row is for volume of your 5-sulfoxylic acid ligand solution, and last one is the total volume present in your test tube. So now just see in this table, in first test tube we take 1 ml of 10 raised to the power minus 3 molar Fe3 plus solution, and second test, and we take 9 ml of 10 raised to the power minus 3 molar 5-sulfoxylic acid solution in that test tube. So total volume of your first test tube is 10. In second test tube, we increase volume by 1 ml of Fe3 plus solution, while we decrease 1 ml volume of your sulfoxylic acid solution in second test tube. So in your second test tube, 2 ml of Fe3 plus ion solution and 8 ml of 5-sulfoxylic acid ligand solution is taken. In third test tube, 3 ml of Fe3 plus ion solution and 7 ml of 5-sulfoxylic acid solution is taken. And in fourth test tube, 4 ml of Fe3 plus solution and 6 ml of your 5-sulfoxylic solution is present. In fifth test tube, 5 ml of Fe3 plus ion solution and 5 ml of 5-sulfoxylic acid solution is taken. In sixth test tube, 6 ml of Fe3 plus solution and 5 ml of 5-sulfoxylic acid solution is taken. In seventh test tube, 7 ml of Fe3 plus solution and 3 ml of your 5-sulfoxylic acid solution is taken. In 8 number of test tube, 8 ml of Fe3 plus ion solution and 2 ml of your 5-sulfoxylic acid ligand solution is taken. In last test tube, 9 ml of Fe3 plus ion solution is taken and 1 ml of your 5-sulfoxylic acid solution is taken. So in all the test tube, the overall total volume is of 10 ml is present. But see that we are going to varying the amount of solution of your Fe3 ion in every test tube. Also we are going to varying the solution of your 5-sulfoxylic acid ligand in given sequence. That's why this method is known as varying method, Jobs varying method of determination of your complex. So Absorbance of one of the solution is recorded against the water as a blank. An appropriate filter in colorimeter or wavelength in spectrophotometer is selected. That's give maximum absorbance. This is called lambda max of the given complex solution. Absorbance of this solution is measured at pre-selected lambda max. A graph is plotted between the composition on x-axis against absorbance on your y-axis. So just see here, on your x-axis the composition of your complex ion is plotted, and on your y-axis absorbance is plotted. The absorbance value is obtained from colorimeter. So in this graph we see that graph comes as a parabolic curve, and maximum absorbance is obtained at 0.5 concentration. So from this graph we can write maximum absorbance obtained at this composition, that is concentration of metal divided by concentration of metal plus concentration of ligand. So value of that is 0.5. When we solve this, we comes concentration of metal is equal to concentration of ligand. It simply means that stoichiometry is 1:1. It simply means that maximum amount of complex is formed when stoichiometry of your metal to ligand is 1:1. Hence the reaction between metal and ligand can be shown as follow: Fe3 plus, and this is the formula of your 5-sulfoxalic acid, going to give you ferric sulfosalicylate complex ion. So from this reaction the suggested structure of your complex is like this. And if we draw the geometry of this complex, this is the octahedral complex in which central metal atom Fe, here Fe is present. This Fe is joined with 4 water molecule joined as a ligand. So this is first molecule of water, this is second, this is third, this is fourth, and your 5-sulfoxalic acid basically acts as a bidentate ligand. So in this 5-sulfoxalic acid contain one phenolic OH group and one carboxylic OH group, carboxylic COH group. So both this group, that is phenolic OH, going to be a form coordination bond with your Fe, and your COO minus from your carboxylic acid group is also going to be a form bond with the Fe. So if we see the geometry of this complex, it is octahedral in nature. Now we are going to see the mole ratio method. So concentration of ferric nitrate, that is Fe3 plus ion, it is in this case also 10 raised to the power minus 3 molar, and concentration of your 5-sulfoxalic acid ligand is also 10 raised to the power minus 3 molar. So now see this table. In this table, if we see that volume of Fe3 plus taking in every test tube, it is a constant, that is it is always a 5 ml present. So in every test tube Fe3 plus volume is constant 5 ml, but the volume of 5-SSA, that is 5-sulfoxalic acid, is varying. Also volume of water in every test tube is varying. So total volume in each test tube, it is of 25 ml. So in first test tube we take 5 ml of Fe3 plus, that is ferric nitrate solution, 9 ml of 5-sulfoxalic acid solution, and 11 ml of water. So total volume is 25. Likewise in second test tube, Fe3 plus ion solution volume is 5 ml, volume of 5-sulfoxalic acid is 8 ml, and volume of water is 12 ml. So total volume is 25. And likewise this we create a 10 set of 10 test tube in which total volume comes as a 25 ml. Each test tube contain 5 ml of your Fe3 plus ion solution, and every test tube contain varying amount of solution of 5-sulfoxalic acid ligand, which are shown in the table. Also volume of water is also varying, which are also shown in your given table. Now, absorbance of one of the solution is recorded against water as a blank. An appropriate filter or wavelength is selected giving maximum absorbance. This is lambda max for the complex solution. Then absorbance of all the above solution is measured. A graph between absorbance on y-axis against ratio of moles of metal ion to the moles of ligand is plotted on x-axis to get a straight line passing through origin. In inflection at the point of equivalence is obtained. Further addition of ligand produce no more color and graph is straight line nearly parallel to x-axis. Now just see the nature of the graph. Now this is the graph which are obtained from your mole ratio method. So just see here in this graph, x-axis is basically a concentration of your metal to that of concentration of your ligand, while y-axis is on y-axis absorbance is plotted. So from this graph comes as a straight line up to your the value, give the maximum value at 1, and after that value it's nearly get a parallel. So maximum value for concentration of metal to that of ligand comes as a 1. So concentration, we can write concentration of metal is equal to concentration of ligand. It simply means that stoichiometry is 1:1. It means that maximum amount of complex is formed when the stoichiometry of metal and ligand comes in the ratio 1:1. This supports the result obtained from your job method. Hence the reaction between metal and ligand can be shown as Fe3 plus 5-sulfosalicylic acid gives you this is a complex. Now the suggested structure of this complex, that is ferric sulfosalicylate complex, is like this, that is it have a octahedral geometry as we discussed previously. In next class we are going to start with inorganic polymer. Thank you very much.